All right, folks, good morning. Sorry, we're starting a little late here. All right, so let's just jump right into it. So for today, February the 20th, Thursday, we have the following information. We already had unemployment claims and the Philly Fed Manufacturing Index this morning. Unemployment claims came in basically as expected, and the Philly Fed Manufacturing Index came in worse than expected. Now, the at 9:35 a.m., we'll have FOMC member Goolsby speaking. This is not expected to have a substantial impact. Then at 10 a.m., we're going to have the CB leading index month over month. That's also not expected to have a massive impact. Um, then at 12 p.m. Eastern, we're going to have, oh, sorry, that's crude oil. That's not important. At 12:05 p.m. Eastern, we're going to have FOMC member Musalem speaking. And then we're going to have 2:30 p.m. FOMC member Barr speaking. Neither of those are expected to have significant impact. So for the most part, we should have had all of the major news already. It's possible that one of the FOMC members might say something that could potentially impact the markets, but probably not today. All right, taking a look at the markets, the QQQ ETF right now looks like we're going to open slightly lower than where we closed yesterday. And yesterday's action was mixed, a little down, a little up. As far as opportunities, yesterday we found Tesla, which was a bullish opportunity. We were able to take advantage of that. Um, that was the only stock yesterday that we specifically targeted. Um, Now, as far as this morning goes, let's just rocket through the stocks that are moving right now. Now, I will mention PLTR, Palantir, which sold off sharply when it was reported that the current administration was going to looking to cut the Pentagon's military budget. So, of course, that will affect Palantir. So, stock dropped sharply. In the pre-market here, it's down 2%. Most of the decline occurred during the actual session yesterday. So we'll keep an eye on that one. But it's not something that currently is qualified for the pre-market. All right, moving along. Yes, Alibaba is up sharply, but that is an NYSE stock. We'll skip that. So moving on to our NASDAQ list. Let's keep going. So we have Billy, which is presently up 11.5% on 2.6 million shares. It's trading at least $1 per share, so we'll go ahead and add that to our pre-market watch list for stocks. The symbol again is BILI. Next up we have CYCU, which is presently down 20.88%, 9.7 million shares traded. It's still above $1 per share, so we can add that. CYCU. Next up is EDIT, EDIT. That presently is down 11.88%, 1.6 million shares traded, and it's at least $1 per share, so we can go ahead and add EDIT to the list. Next up is GRAB, and that's down 3.93%. So not down enough. It was down much more earlier, but doesn't qualify right now, so we'll pass on that one. Next up is this one probably doesn't qualify. No, only 0.47%. Next up is LAES. Presently up just over 13% on 8.4 million shares. It's at least $1 per share, so we will add LAES to the radar. Next up is MCVT, which is currently up 11.96% on 2.4 million shares, trading at least $1 per share. So we'll go ahead and add MCVT to the list. Next up is MVIS, which is presently up 9.75% on about 7 million shares. It's at least $1 per share. So we'll go ahead and add MVIS to the list. Next up is NBIS, which is presently down 10.77% on 5.3 million shares. It's at least $1 per share. So we'll go ahead and add NBIS to the radar. All right, next up is NIVF, which is presently up 17% on 14 million shares. It's at least $1 per share. So we'll go ahead and add NIVF to our list. Next up is NVDA, NVIDIA. That's only up 0.8%, so not up enough. So we'll skip that. We already looked at Palantir. Next up is QUBT. Let's take a look at that. All right, that's up 7.8% roughly. 2.3 million shares traded. It's at least $1 per share. So QUBT will be added to the list. And let's see, RGTI is next. That is currently up 9.4%. 11 million shares traded. It's at least $1 per share. We'll go ahead and add RGTI to the list. All right, next up is RXRX. That currently is up 1.9%, so not enough. Let's check SMCI. Okay, that's down 3.11%. Holy cow, that's a sell-off. But not enough of a change in price, so we'll skip that. Next up is Sober, SOBR. That is presently only up 1.9%, so not enough. And then finally, VNet. That currently is up 19.3%, 2.4 million shares traded. It's at least $1 per share. We will add VNet to our list. All right, so I do have to keep this quick. So if you see any other stocks that meet all 4 of our criteria, other than the ones already mentioned, let me know in the chat. We need to find a NASDAQ listed stock that's trading at least $1 per share in the current pre-market. It also must have achieved at least a 6% price change right now in that pre-market session, at least 1 million shares of volume, and must be at least $1 per share. All right, got you. WOK. Sorry. What is this acting weird? Oh, sorry. I put the dollar sign, I just realized it. 97 up 97%. WOK on 30 million shares, at least $1 per share. So we'll add that. WOK. Next up is XOS. Bob is a NYSE stock. So XOS is up 29%, 30%, sorry, 3.2 million shares, at least $1 per share. So we'll add that to our list. XOS is the symbol. And so Bob is a NYSE stock, so that's why I'm not adding it to the list. BRTX. Did we already have that? No, we didn't. That's currently up 23%, 8.7 million shares. It's at least $1 per share, so we will add BRTX to the list. Okay. All right, so we'll wrap up for today. Please be sure to like the video. See, we have 8 likes, more than 8 people watching, so please be sure to hit the like button. Greatly helps us with the YouTube algorithm. Also, please sure to subscribe to the channel so you get notifications. If anyone's watching this video on a replay and you're not familiar with our company, check out fundertrading.com, our website. You'll see a link in the description to this video. Other than that, for everyone as part of the coaching program, I will see you there in about 17 minutes, and we'll pick up for today's trading session. Have a great trading session, folks. I'll see you for tomorrow's Premarket Pulse. Take care.